This is Carla.
When I was young, I loved climbing trees.
And this is me.
When I was young, I only climbed stairs. So, I'm a little out of my element here.
When you last saw us, we were on the road traversing the heart of Malaysia's scenic route.
So we're entering the Bro Plantation.
Coming from the mud-ridden realm of the mossy forest, you think I would have figured out what to expect this time around, for that trail was only the beginning. Pens to the ready, we hopped on the easy train to the best places up north, documenting an experience for the books. On this second leg of our special Gone for the Weekend, we go in search of a fresh side to Malaysia. Come with us on an unexpected adventure here on Malaysia, Jungle Fever. Malaysia. With its Putrajaya, 46 kilometers of steel, art and Malaysian ingenuity, rolled into an enviable administrative center, and Kuala Lumpur with its soaring Petronas towers and massive construction that continues to expand upward and all around. A passing tourist might think this was the only beat Malaysia danced to. But to our surprise, the truth was far from it. Although I appreciate the great outdoors, unlike Carla, my penchant has always steered toward the big city. But destiny had other plans. While we were greeted with this shining image of metropolitan Malaysia, I was soon on a path along the verdant backway, which lay further up north. A short drive north of KL had stripped off any preconceived ideas I had of Malaysia. Already buildings were stripped away and replaced by endless forests. Passing the border of Perak State, I soaked in the sights of the limestone hills that line the North-South Expressway. Driving westward on our tour of Malaysia's eco-destinations, Perak State opened its forest cover to show travelers the treasure of the Matang mangrove. The Matang mangrove is the single largest mangrove forest in the peninsula. It is formally acknowledged as one of the best and well-managed state parks in the country. Designated as a virgin jungle reserve, most of the area is closed to tourists. But the Perak Forestry Department has built an expansive system of ramps as a viewing area for visiting tourists to walk through.
Ang galing, hindi pa nakakuryente.
One dies when lightning strikes.
There's a 10-meter radius.
All the trees around the dead tree would die also. They die as one. United we stand. United we die.
One industry that has flourished is Matang's charcoal industry. Considered in the 1950s as a sun-setting industry, it has slowly risen due to new markets opening abroad. From pillows to shoe insoles, fire starters, and the like, charcoal is widely used by Asians aside from cooking satay. But would you use charcoal as your shampoo or facial cleanser? Known for its many curative properties, charcoal has expanded its uses. A tour of the place gave me a newfound appreciation for the hard work put into making them. Made from brick and clay cement, the kiln is central to the traditional production of charcoal. In these massive domes, the moisture from the logs are extracted and turned to steam. The process is a slow one and may take months to make, depending on the quality they intend to produce. Charcoal is Matang's largest, most lucrative industry. Not surprising, as their resources are plenty. Yet producers feel indebted to the great mangrove forests of Matang and participate actively in replanting their most valued commodity. A short distance from Matang is Taiping. Taiping is one of the oldest cities in the peninsula. It was predominantly a Chinese district, where tin mining was the main industry. With the wealth of the tin industry behind it, Taiping began many firsts for the country, including the first train station in Malaysia. Once a means to transport tin to the coast, the Taiping railway station is today one of the simplest ways of moving through the peninsula, and knowing its historic value, we couldn't help getting a few clicks in for our blog. Taking Taiping by foot, I was starting to pick up on the pulse of the city. It's a beautiful place with a rustic feel about it. Remnants of old colonial rule are still seen along its main roads. Taiping, like the rest of Malaysia, is now home to a diverse people that have brought with them a wealth of flavors. When in Malaysia, one must never forget to dine out for a satay dinner. Satay, like barbecue, shish kebabs, and yakitoris, are skewered pieces of meat grilled to a heavenly perfection. But what makes satay so different is the infusion of flavors that only the southeast can offer. Watch your brows, as this can get pretty hot. At night, this seemingly tranquil town returns to the wild. At the Zoo Taiping's night safari, they provide us a window to the creatures of the night. With over 34 acres and 180 species within it, its open enclosures are home to more than 1,000 individual animals, where we can see and hear them at night. Some can take a tram and a guided tour, though I prefer to walk up to the cages and take a good look at these amazing animals.
You don't know where it starts and ends.
Okay, and if you realize that
Imitating moonlight, visitors can observe quietly from a safe distance. And when they say quiet, they mean quiet. Part of the value of the night safari is to be able to appreciate the cacophony these animals make. From the terrifying growl of the tigers to the gentle cooing of owls, the animals can seem closer than they are at night. While some were sound asleep resting in their comfortable enclosures, others were still out. There seemed to be a general air of suspicion about these creatures. Although these animals are fierce, they were also just as apprehensive of me as I was of them. All in all, it was starting to feel a bit hostile. Hostile until, that is, I met April and Rhea. I know, they're adorable. April is a 7-year-old adult hippo and Rhea is 3. April's mouth opened like a blubbery clam, and I must say, I was simply ecstatic. Seldom does the Taiping Zoo allow guests to feed the animals, so this was a rare opportunity to connect with them. Now, I'm not quite sure if that meant I love you or I wonder how you taste, but I felt it best to take our relationship slow. The zookeeper introduced us to another friendly family, a lioness and her 2 cubs. Obviously, this zoo is no petting zoo, and after April the hippo, I didn't want to push my luck. 2 hours flew by so quickly. And before I knew it, we had gone through most of the enclosures. So far, a great first impression of Perak. Next up, the secrets of Perak as we succumb to the jungle fever.
Welcome to the jungle!
A drive up through the town of Gerik lay one of Malaysia's best kept secrets, the Royal Balloon Forest Reserve. It would be our sanctuary from Malaysia's blistering summer heat. Opened to visitors in 2008, it is slowly gaining recognition as the ecotourism destination of choice in the peninsula. A great place to stay coupled with an admirable vision put into action, as Royal Balloon Forest Reserve believes staunchly in the conservation of its unique wildlife and local culture. Today, it is the second largest forest reserve in Malaysia, covering an area of about 117,500 hectares, stretching from upper to lower Balloon. At the middle of this sprawling forest is the Balloon Rainforest Resort on Bunding Island, the jump-off point of our travel. The Balloon Rainforest Resort is the best resort you'll find in the area, and is currently the only resort with guides licensed to take guests through Balloon's vast forest trails. With walking and biking trails plus campsites throughout Balloon, it offers a complete outdoor adventure.
Wait, I don't know. Carla! How are you doing there?
Great.
There are many things you can do in Royal Balloon. You can go on a hiking trail, you can go on a biking trail. Hell, you can even go and swim in the lake.
Arriving there early in the day, our adventure kicks off on a speedboat to the islands around Demengor Lake, the second largest man-made lake in all of Malaysia. Suffice to say, what we thought were islands were in fact mountains that rose as high as 1,400 meters above sea level. Being told that Balloon Valley is home to an elusive but expansive wildlife, we were excited and hopeful to see some of them firsthand. First up, the Salt Lick Trail.
Are we gonna see any elephants?
With that hope in mind, we trudged on through mud, grass, and of course, dung. Regretfully, there weren't any elephants, but if we had any doubts they were here, those quickly disappeared after a whiff of their leftovers.
If there's anything I don't like getting fresh, it's dung.
Salt licks are natural sources of minerals, like salt, that provide animals with valuable nutrients to supplement their diet. It is nature's vitamin cocktail. Nothing much to look at, I agree. Just a large chunk of stone littered by the elephant's after party. But how it looks is far less important than its ecological value.
If humans would eat that, what would happen?
Nothing.
Really?
If you taste it, feel like alkaline.
The honest truth is, wild animals in these parts are hard to come by, given the rush of noisy tourists, but they do leave some markings that suggest they had passed here. Our guides were keen on picking up the trail, from baby elephant paws to Malaysian sun bear claw marks and wild boar tracks. Local guides not only knew the way, but the trail left behind by the wild. Royal Balloon is home to a vast array of plant life as well. From wild ginger to sandalwood, our guides took us on an educational trip around the park's flourishing flora.
The Malay call it tongkat ali. How to recognize it is easy because back the leaf and then open it, still okay. Medicine to make the blood circulation goes more smooth. It's a medicine.
If I eat it? Are you serious? You can bite it. Wild man.
Hmm?
It goes. Minty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I swallowed it already.
It's bitter.
Yeah.
By lunch, our souls were in search of some natural comforts. A cool dip in the water was just what we needed. Finally, a little time to slow down and relax in the embraces of nature.
This is nasi goreng or fried rice. Nasi is rice, goreng is rice. No, right. Probably swimming over there. Different kind of thing. How was it?
Ice cold.
Under the shade of the forest canopy, new friends were made as butterflies lingered around the Sungai Karte River.
Wow, you're like friends with that guy. What's the name of this river?
This river. Ini Sungai Gede. Sungai.
Sungai.
Kerte.
Kerte. There's also the tribe that resides in this area. What do you call that?
Two tribes. One Temia. The other one is Jahai.
So let's do that again. There are two tribes in Balloon. One is the Dermia, and the other one is the Jahai. And they're, in a way, the guardians of Balloon. There's another one. The one we're going to visit later. Orang Asli.
Orang Asli is the common name.
Of
Yes.
most of the tribes.
Most of the tribes, they call it Orang Asli.
Over lunch, they excitedly shared with me stories of the Orang Asli, a shy people who had been in these forests for centuries. With a diverse system of animal and plant life hidden under miles of dipterocarp forests, Royal Balloon is in its own right a truly majestic place. A paradise, it seems, for the equally enigmatic Orang Asli. Coming up, Perak the Orang Asli way. These are the Orang Asli, the indigenous residents of Malaysia. Nomadic, they move through the mountain ranges, and even our guides salute their forest knowledge and skill. Though we could neither understand them, they remind us of how close our Asian roots really are. Back on Bunding Island, some of the Orang Asli came along to introduce us to their native culture and cuisine. At the Perkampongan Orang Asli camp, the Royal Balloon had built a small settlement dedicated to the sharing of the lifestyle and culture of the Orang Asli to our resort guests.
This one is welcome. Welcome celebration.
Hello, tarantulas here, right?
Oh,
check it out.
one or two.
Guests can arrange a night stay for this Orang Asli experience. Surviving in the forest, the Orang Asli have devised clever ways of hunting, cooking, and traversing through the islands. The key was to watch and learn. Hunting traps were displayed at the campsite, which were used for centuries by the Orang Asli.
You're monyet.
No. Beautiful monyet.
Munyet pa rin eh.
Aren't we all monyets?
We are descendants of the Munyet.
Yeah. Tupai is squirrel. Monyet is a monkey.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
Tupai.
Monyet.
Tupai is sembarang.
So, is that recording? Tupai is squirrel. Munyet is
monkey.
Carla.
Monkey.
Tupai, monyet.
This is tupai. This is a monyet.
Thank you. You're not helping.
The Orang Asli are also experienced in making rafts. From these simple tools, they expertly made a raft in a couple of minutes. And soon enough, we would be able to try one ourselves.
Walk. Just walk. Just walk. Go.
Getting around on a raft is all about teamwork and synchronicity. It's hard work, but compared to the busy life in the city, the experience is surprisingly calming. More on the Orang Asli ways, our local guides gave us the opportunity to sample their native cooking. In my experience, much about Malaysian cuisine is filled to the brim with rich flavors, dishes packing punches with curries and chilies. Yet the Orang Asli showed a mellow side to Malay cooking. Skinned chicken stewed in ginger, rice cooked in bamboo. Here was a simple dish, enjoyed by all. I reveled at how similar our native cultures really are. Truly, we must have come from the same stock of people, all in love with nature, food, and music.
Hey, somebody's doing their own rhythm.
Yeah. That's very good. Very good. That's good.
After the last lights of day had faded, we prepared ourselves for an evening trek. Seeing almost nothing but what a dim flashlight offers might make some uneasy. Certainly I was.
Scary.
But as I've learned in Taiping, it isn't only what you can see that matters. Here under the cover of night, the forest reveals a symphony of wildlife.
30 minutes into it and it just got really interesting.
A nest of scorpions, a colony of giant ants, a lone cricket. Somewhere, something with eyes that glowed dimly in the distance. It felt like someone was watching, an animal or spirit lurking. Perhaps it's better not to know. With all that I've learned, the comfort I've experienced, and the company I was with, Balloon Rainforest Resort is, for me, proof undoubted that conservation and luxury can go hand in hand. Coming up, the wet, the wild, and the water park. See Ipoh's newest attraction as we head back to the state capital. Ipoh is the capital of Perak State and is only about 189 kilometers north from Kuala Lumpur. Against Taiping's tranquil mood and KL's busy streets, Ipoh was in the middle of two extremes. The Lost World of Tambun is a water theme park and an eco-destination. Its owners were inspired by myths of an ancient people that once resided on their 400-million-year-old limestone hill. The land may be old, but its facilities are modern. Guests can choose their own adventure, but having no choice but to try all of the water park facilities, I dove right in. As Carla set off to explore the grounds and the rides, I took the time to hit the beach. The Jungle Wave Bay is Malaysia's biggest wave pool. It even has the sandbar, palm trees, and mushroom waterfalls to complete this inland oasis. Winding around the theme park is the Adventure River. It's 600 meters long, with wave currents that take you on the longest water ride in all of Malaysia. The theme park even has a hot spring with natural minerals of varying temperatures to take a dip in. But for kids, they prefer to hang out at the Explora Bay, where they take turns on tipping buckets, spraying elephants,
When you really think about it, it's kind of gross.
and the pirate ship. But in all my experiences here, my favorite would have to be the water slide. The slides go up as high as 155 meters, a winding drop I won't soon forget.
That was fun. That was fun. My new friend. But you can't do it alone. You have to do it in pairs.
And speaking of pairs, my partner in crime was doing her own theme park adventure. She ventured to the cave sites found within the limestone hills around the theme park, but was drawn to a strange structure. This is the Needle of Tambun, used as a rock climb site. But if you don't climb, I'm sure you'll find ways to get creative. At the Waves restaurant, Carla was trying her luck on Malaysian desserts, ordering the most popular one there. I felt utterly betrayed. While I was busy feeding the tigers, she was ordering Malaysia's favorite dessert. Ice Batu Campur, or ABC, is sweet corn, red beans, and grass jelly topped with shaved ice, colorful syrup, and condensed milk. Although we had something similar to this back home, I heard it was enviably delicious. As the roads returned us to KL, I realized how our adventure had passed by so quickly. We were back in the capital, where the beats were loud and fast. Strange how I can say I miss the untamed symphony of the wild, the feverish heat of the jungle emanating warm embraces from the natural world. As I see it, economic success is just its front, for Malaysia deep down is still as free and wild. Unbeknownst to some, its fervor spills on to its streets and cities, permeating through even the thickest of urban jungles.
1, 2, 3,